I want to start with a feeling. I think it's feeling a lot of us probably know.
Oh, okay.
You're sitting somewhere, maybe a coffee shop, the sun's coming through the window. You can technically feel it. You can smell the coffee.
You're physically there.
I am physically there, 100%. But inside, it's like there's a pane of glass between me and everything else. I'm not in it. I'm watching myself be in it. And then my mind starts going, oh, look at that light. Am I appreciating this enough? I really should be enjoying this more. And just like that, the actual moment it's just gone.
That's such a perfect way to put it. The self sort of retreats. It goes hiding behind the eyes to watch and to analyze.
Yes.
And that is exactly what we're going to get into today. This whole pattern of non-participation. You've shown up, but your awareness is stuck playing the role of the observer.
It's so frustrating.
Yeah.
It leaves you feeling like a ghost in your own life. You can be functional, or even successful, but everything just feels a little thin, a little unreal. So why? Why does this happen?
Because the observer isn't there to make you happy. It's there to keep you safe.
A survival strategy.
It's a profound survival strategy. We have to remember that at some point in our lives, being fully present, fully engaged, well, it felt dangerous. It was genuinely risky.
What's it safer to watch?
Much safer. If you watch from a distance, you can't say the wrong thing, you don't risk real rejection, and maybe most importantly, you avoid those big, messy, overwhelming emotions. It's about control.
And our nervous system loves control.
It loves control. But that control comes at a huge cost, a devastating cost, really.
Huge, yes.
Aliveness, life itself. Drawing from Gestalt thinking, life doesn't happen in the commentary. It happens in that raw, messy, unpredictable moment of contact, when you actually meet your own feeling or you meet another person.
Okay, let's unpack that a little. Contact. In the Gestalt world, that's about being in touch with yourself, with the here and now.
Yeah.
So what is this observer posture doing to that? How does it interrupt it?
It creates what we call a gap, the Gestalt gap. Think of it like a tiny wedge that you slide between yourself and the actual experience.
So instead of being the one who's feeling,
you become the one who is thinking about the one who is feeling. And in that tiny gap, the moment it fizzles out. It's left unfinished, unlived.
I see that so clearly. I mean, I'm not in the sadness. I'm already trying to craft a story about the sadness before I even let myself cry.
You're narrating it.
I'm narrating it.
Yeah.
Or I'm not really in a hug with a friend. I'm wondering if I'm holding on too long or what they're thinking.
And the energy of that moment just dissipates. And you're right, it's a deep, deep adaptation. It's learned. If you grew up where your feelings were kind of brushed aside or you were told you were too much.
Too loud, too sensitive?
Exactly. The observer part just stepped in and said, don't worry, I'll manage you. I'll keep us quiet. I'll keep us safe. It was safer to watch than to actually participate.
But it's not safe now.
Yeah.
It just causes this chronic anxiety. So it feels, I don't know, it feels strange to thank a part of me that makes me feel so disconnected.
That's a completely fair thing to feel. And the paradox is that part is still running on old software. It's trying to protect the younger you. It's not the enemy.
It just has too much power.
It has taken over the whole command center, so the work isn't to get rid of it. The work is to see it for what it is, a protective part, and to let the adult you start making the decisions again.
So the more I try to watch myself and manage myself to avoid getting hurt,
the less you actually experience yourself.
That's the trap.
That is the trap. You can't feel real joy while you're grading yourself on how joyful you should be.
Yeah.
Presence is just allowing yourself to be here, messy, imperfect, and all.
Okay, so how does this system of interruption, how does it actually work in the moment?
Well, if you think of experience as a natural cycle, right? You sense something, you become aware of a need, you mobilize energy to act.
And then you make contact.
You make contact.
Yeah.
And then you integrate it and you rest. The observer's like this invisible pause button that gets pressed right as the energy starts mobilizing.
Right, as the impulse starts to rise.
Precisely. You feel a flicker of excitement, or you feel this urge to speak up, a wave of longing. You can feel it in your body, right? A tightness in your chest, a flutter.
Yeah.
And then the thought comes in light and fast. That's stupid. Don't bother. What if they say no? And boom, impulse aborted. The energy just collapses in on itself.
And your body is left holding all of that.
The body is left holding it. The body knows what the mind tries to forget. And that suppression, that blocked energy gets stored. It's not the feeling that's dangerous. It's the stopping of the feeling.
Where does it go?
It goes into your shoulders, your jaw. the way you hold your breath. That's why so many of us literally can't take a full deep breath or have a real belly laugh or shout no with our whole body. We are full of unfinished business.
Like walking archives of aborted moments.
That's a powerful way to put it. And that blocked energy tends to show up in a few predictable ways. The first is something we call retroflexion.
And what's that?
It's when you turn the impulse inward. The energy was meant for the outside world, for another person, but you direct it back at yourself.
For example.
You feel this wave of anger at someone, but instead of expressing it, you swallow it. Literally, you get a tight throat. Or maybe you start clenching your jaw. You turn the conflict you have with them into a conflict you have within you.
Okay, I know that one. What's the second pattern?
The second is deflection. This is the art of staying on the surface. As soon as a conversation gets a little too real, a little too deep,
You change the subject.
you change the subject or you make a joke. Someone asked, "How are you really?" And you start talking about how busy you are. You're trading depth for a feeling of safety. It's much easier to be witty than to be vulnerable.
Right. And the third?
The third is projection. And this one can be really subtle. This is when you take a part of yourself that you've sort of exiled, a feeling you don't like. Maybe it's neediness or jealousy.
And you see it in other people.
You see it everywhere in other people. Suddenly you're intensely irritated by a colleague who is too needy or so dramatic,
Really?
when really that irritation might be a signpost pointing directly back to your own unmet needs. The ones your observer has told you are unacceptable to have, let alone express.
This is a lot. So if I see these patterns in myself, what's the first step? Just telling the observer to shut up. Well, that doesn't work. It just gets louder.
You're so right. Scolding it is just another form of fighting with yourself. The goal is not elimination, it's integration.
So you have to what makes friends with it.
You have to acknowledge it gently. You can literally say to it inside, there you are. I see you. You're trying to keep me safe. Thank you. But I'm an adult now. I'm ready to feel a little more.
A compassionate inclusion, not a war.
Exactly. And the most powerful tool for this is to just notice, to move from judging the feeling to just describing the facts of it.
So instead of, oh God, I'm overthinking again, I'm ruining this, I would shift to,
I notice my thoughts are racing. I notice my shoulders are up by my ears. I notice my breath is shallow. Just describe, don't fix.
just report the data.
Report the data. The moment you bring that kind of non-judgmental attention to what's happening, you stop fighting yourself and you create space. The energy has somewhere to go.
And the body is the fastest way in, isn't it? Because it holds everything.
It is the fastest way. The body never lies. So here's something really concrete for you, for anyone listening, something you can try.
Okay.
Just for a moment, place a hand on your chest or your stomach,
Right.
wherever you tend to feel that tension, and close your eyes if that feels okay. And just gently ask that place, not your mind, but that spot in your body, what's here that hasn't been spoken? And then wait. Don't search for an answer. Just wait for a sensation. Maybe it's heat, or a pressure, or an emptiness, and just stay with it for 3 breaths. That's it.
You're not trying to fix it.
You are not fixing anything. You are just being with it. That simple act of acknowledgement is contact. It's the beginning of completing the cycle.
It sounds like this is all about reclaiming these small, immediate truths rather than making some big, grand gesture.
Absolutely. The observer is loudest when we lose touch with our small, immediate wants. Not, I want to change my life, but I want to rest right now. Or I want to say I disagree. Or simply, I want to be held. The readiness to live isn't found in waiting for perfect safety. It's found in those tiny, messy acts of doing.
And each time you do that, you're giving your nervous system
New evidence.
new evidence that says, see, I can be real, I can risk this, and I survive. And that's where the change happens, right? In that accumulation of small moments.
That's the soft internal turn. It happens when, instead of your usual deflection, you feel that flicker in your chest and you let a tiny truth come out. You just say, actually, I'm feeling a little overwhelmed right now. It's not dramatic, but it is profoundly real. It's moving from commentary to contact.
And you're proving to yourself, I can be seen like this, and I will still belong.
Yes, you can feel this, and you can still belong. And what's beautiful is the observer doesn't go away. It transforms. It shifts from being a rigid shield to being more of a compassionate witness.
So you stop scolding it for retreating.
And you start asking it, gently, what are you protecting me from right now? What is so dangerous here? And in that question, there's so much room for your whole self to show up.
It sounds so much more human. Less about achieving some perfect state of presence.
Because perfect presence doesn't exist. This is not about winning. It's about developing a kinder relationship with your own experience. You'll still retreat. You'll still get stuck in your head. The goal is just to notice it sooner.
And to come back faster.
And to return faster with kindness every single time you return to the moment. That's an act of self-love.
Persistence is in the returning.
You're being invited right now to step out from behind the glass, to stop waiting for life to feel perfectly safe before you participate, to just choose to live it now, messily, fully.
So maybe that's the question to carry. We can invite you to carry this with you this week. What part of your life have you been watching that you're finally ready to step into?
Let that question just land. This isn't about forcing anything. It's an opening, a willingness to finally be touched by your own life again, just to say yes to the feeling, yes to the moment.